set your water down gently. Yeah. You still have... Oh, gross.
Did you hear it?
I did. I'm drinking this turmeric tea that I made. Put it on ice.
It's good for inflammation.
It is. It looks like pee.
It really does.
It looks a lot like human pee.
I thought it was either Crystal Light or urine.
I mean, 6 of one, half dozen of the other, really, right?
Apples to apples.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the second episode of Cold Hands, Warm Heart, where we speak directly to the few of you we tricked into listening to the first one. Yeah. Let's have fun. See, that's how you swallow silently. Oh, and then I swallowed loudly.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay. You're doing good. So, hey,
Hi.
you brought a lot of notes for this one.
Well, last time we did not have a written agenda, and I think we saw how that went. Right off the rails.
I worry that this sort of rigidity
Sorry.
is going
I was trying to swallow quietly again, and that was worse.
I wonder and worry if this sort of strict rigidity is going to lose us the spontaneity and devil-may-care attitude that has made us an instant internet sensation.
We couldn't lose that if we tried. I could. You could not.
I don't know, could you? Let me check the agenda to see if you've got that slotted down. Yeah, so can I tell you something real quick before we start?
I'm going to stop you there.
Yeah.
Rigidity. Producer is pointing at the agenda, and he's asking us to note point 1, which is brief intro of both of us.
Okay.
So I would like you to start that, and then I'll follow up.
Okay.
Who are you?
I'm actually gonna I'm gonna turn your mic down, not because I think you're not doing great, but just because you've got a little bit of a grating voice. And it's like, listen, at the end of the day, people tune in for the good times and the humor, and when you are squawking in their ears at full volume,
They can enjoy neither. Neither.
Okay, so a brief introduction of ourselves again.
Yeah, just quick.
Hey,
Not 12 minutes like last time.
Right.
For you.
I am Brandon Birdwell. I am one half of the Cold Hands, Warm Hearts team. Took a second.
Yeah. We're new.
You're new. And yeah, I'm very excited to be recording our second episode.
Yeah, same. I'm Ashley Engle. I'm the other half. And this is fun. I've been looking forward to recording episode 2 all week, actually.
This is silly.
This is silly.
My dear friend Michael Trepanier and incredible, right?
It's a great last name. I've never met him, but man, what a last name.
Well, he's wonderful. He is a very talented musician, producer, engineer, all the things. He runs a studio in Oklahoma City called Cardinal Song.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about Michael, but I've never met him.
He sent me a review, and it said, I will actually read it.
Yeah, word for word.
Word for word. Listening to your podcast, this is fun. And his next text to me was, you two are silly. And
high praise.
High praise. Truer words have never been spoken.
It's true. I'll take it.
Your introduction now? Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I gave it.
Oh, sorry.
But you know what?
I just was not listening to you.
You know what, though? That leads very seamlessly into point 2 on the agenda, which is recasting or just casting for the first time the vision of the podcast or giving the people our why. I really tried hard last time to do this. And I said, why do you think we're doing this? And you said, because you wanted to. And I said, no. During the pandemic, and then I said, we're both big podcast listeners. And you said, I think we're regular-sized podcast listeners. And then we veered off course, as we are prone to do. hence the agenda. And so what I think would be important here, and I'm going to get around to why this transitions seamlessly with your friend's text. Our vision for this podcast is to create quit laughing at me, guys.
I know.
This is important.
Our producer and I can hear people hitting the skip button.
Tuning out. I just think it's important for people to understand why we're doing this. If people don't understand the vision, the intention, it's like, what's the point? Why would I give you, 40 minutes of my time on a Wednesday? Because that's when these episodes drop.
Oh, gosh.
Also, organization. So anyway, our why for doing this, you and I, we like each other and we have a good relationship. And we have a fun repartee. That's right. And that's one piece of it. But also you and I have such great friends. And we have friends who are talented and friends who are interesting and accomplished. And there are all kinds of podcasts out there where people are interviewing famous people. And that's great. But regular people are interesting too and have incredible talents and stories to share. And we've had a rough couple years. I don't know if you know this. America.
It's true.
World. And so just to bring a little levity and to form a community and to celebrate friendship and family and accomplishments of friends.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever eaten at a salad bar by yourself?
That's not on the agenda.
No, but have you? It's sad.
Sure.
I did it today.
Yeah, that's why. Where did you go?
Jason's Deli.
That's what I was going to say because they have the best salad bar.
Can I tell you about their salad bar now?
I know it well, but just try to tell me something I don't know.
Because of COVID, it's one trip. And
no refills?
And you have to wear gloves. And when you fill up a salad bar on one trip, it's a lot of salad. And when you're with another person, it becomes about how much my friend got on his plate. And it's like,
I thought you were alone.
I was. And it's cool when you do a huge salad dump with friends. But when you are just a lonely guy at a salad bar, the bigger your salad, the sadder you look. And so I sat there.
That's going to be on our merch. We're going to have t-shirts and one's going to say, "Hey, you want some gum?" And this one's going to say, "The bigger the salad, the sadder you look."
But I'm telling you, imagine me sitting.
I'm seeing it literally with my eyes.
Alone in a Jason's Deli with a behemoth of an ensalada, just slowly shoveling it into my sad, lonely face.
Why were you
with
there?
My discarded rubber gloves that I had to wear sitting on the table because I can't bring myself to get up and walk to the trash can to throw them away. And so I was just wondering if you've ever eaten. These are sad tears.
Oh no, my things came unplugged. Hang on, you're gonna hear it. Keep going. Continue.
No, that's it.
Okay.
I wanted to know if you'd ever done it because I went in today.
No, because that makes me so sad.
Yeah. As I walked in, I was like, this is gonna be fine.
And it wasn't.
And then I was reminded that it's one trip.
Yeah.
And that I was gonna have to do the walk of shame, just carrying a towering heap of romaine lettuce and hard-boiled eggs.
I don't know why this is making me laugh so hard. Here's the thing about Jason's Deli. And this would make it even more complex. Why are we teary-eyed?
I love that our producer is over there covering his face because I'm sure you guys had a whole conversation about now let's keep him to the agenda.
We're on point 2 of the agenda and now we're on salad bars. But I just want to make this point about Jason's Deli very quickly. I enjoy Jason's Deli.
Same.
But I did not know this about COVID. I haven't been since COVID.
Yeah, a salad bar is a weird post-COVID place to be going.
Yeah. Did they double up on the sneeze guard?
Same sneeze guard.
Okay.
But the gloves, but you wear gloves.
You wear gloves.
So
My goodness.
any like pre-sneezes would have been taken care of with the gloves. They have sanitizer. No one was using the sanitizer.
No. I mean, I would.
But they still have, listen, same electro-freeze soft serve machine.
Yeah.
A nice
bacteria freeze.
Heap of cottage cheese.
Yes.
Like, who knows who's been...
But no, here's I'm gonna say 2 words.
Say them.
Gingerbread muffins.
Oh yeah, they're not on there anymore. Or at least they weren't today.
You know what? That's probably for the best. Because if you're allowed one trip, you don't want those mixing with your ranch.
No, see, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not conducive to an adequate salad bar experience to make one trip.
Yeah.
Because
it's not. That's the whole point of a salad bar.
Right. I like to leave the salad bar thinking, even if this isn't enough, I can go back and get.
I can go back for more pickled okra, baby corns. Okay, so point 3 that I really want to make on the agenda is I just want our listeners to know that Crindy, and I think we can drop that pseudonym. Her name is Cindy.
I'm going to keep calling her Crindy.
Okay.
I literally write it on her birthday cards.
He really does.
Yeah.
I need people to know that she's doing well. She is doing very well, and we were not making fun of COVID. We weren't making fun.
Yeah, as you use a hilarious nickname for it.
I realized it after I did, but she's doing well. COVID is real. COVID is serious.
You are so serious this second podcast.
I think we're going to need a segment called Apologies.
We can stop using that comedy hashtag on our Instagram posts like right now.
Whatever.
We are...
Both of us were crying real tears about the salad bar.
Yeah.
Humorous tears. So anyway, I just wanted people to know that Mom's doing great. Yeah. She's doing great. She listened to the podcast. She liked it. She says now people are going to know what I've been listening to for the last, 39 plus years. She was excited about it. We also want to let people know she's been hired as our social media coordinator.
Is that true?
Not to coordinate, but just to send photos of us through the years. Happy photos, and the like. But Cindy's great, guys. Thanks for your concern.
So what about this new Beyonce song?
Haven't heard it.
That's all anybody's talking about.
Well, I don't...
Listen to it.
Okay. You're skipping ahead because you know what point 6 is?
You are immediately lost in the sauce in Mykonos with Lindsay Lohan just vibing. It is dancey. And Drake just released a whole dancey album, and he's so mad because I'm going to put out a whole dance album. Here comes Queen Bey. Just...
Did not research that.
It's all anybody's talking about.
So you've skipped ahead to point 6, but what I want to do is back it up because last week I went and picked up our kids from Grandparents University at our alma mater, Oklahoma State University. And I have to tell you, I was in our hometown twice in a week, and it was delightful. I cannot tell you how much I love that place.
Same.
How much I didn't even know that I missed that place. And it's like, I can't even tell you a lot of the street names in our hometown, but I can find anywhere. I can just start driving and end up there without taking wrong turns.
It's an easy one to navigate.
It is, but it's like so ingrained and I didn't even realize.
Well, it's where you learn to drive.
That's true. It's imprinted. It's a Twilight
like when
situation.
Jacob did on a baby.
Yeah, it's problematic.
And now Edward Cullen is Batman, and I don't know what's going on. And
I don't know
Taylor
what to do
Lautner
with
was in Shark Boy and Lava Girl, I think. He was. Our producer says yes. Yeah, so...
Sorry. Are you Team Jacob? Team Edward?
Oh, Team Edward, and I'll tell you why. Because when Lautner, Taylor Lautner.
Get it right.
I thought you were telling me to talk louder, and I know you're not telling Ashley to talk louder because good Lord. It's like you're like all of the ladies of The View at once.
I'm just leaning close to the mic because I did notice on episode 1
It's a
that
chicken
you
coop
sounded
in here.
very distant sometimes.
Like emotionally?
Both.
Well, they cancel each other out then. No, I am 100% Team Edward, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Whenever those movies came out,
Yeah.
was a really good time for tall, skinny, pasty dudes. And you could get away with, it's like, oh no, I'm like a Cullen. I'm not.
Put that self-tanner down. You don't need it.
I'm not just unhealthily on the back end of a 48-hour video game binge.
These dark circles are because I'm dead.
I'm a very sensual vampire man.
Oh my God. I don't like this.
Whatever. And all the, like, it feels like the Lautners, right? That's what they were called in the movie, right?
No, that's his name in real life.
I know.
What are you
didn't know
doing?
what it was.
He was the...
What are they called?
The,
What's their last name? Black. Jacob Black.
Okay.
I'm...
They're part of the Native American tribe.
Mm-hmm.
The, what were they called, producer? He knows. Google. Don't act like you don't know.
Anyways,
He's acting like he's Googling, but he knows.
They did not carry themselves with a level of sophistication like the Cullens did. But I understand that that's they
haven't been alive for centuries.
They are disparate groups of people. And so that's what makes them the greatest books of all time.
No. So when those books came out, I was actually teaching 7th grade English. And I had not read them, and I did not intend to read them. However, I would have so many, adolescent girls come into my room after school. Mrs. Engle, have you read these books? I want to talk about them. And so I was like, okay, I'll read them. So I read them all. Not great. Movies, also not great. Mm-hmm. But I'll tell you, I'm Team Jacob.
Why?
I think, you know what? And we're going to bring this full circle. I think it might be because of the Reynauds. I'm always cold. And in the books and in the movies, they're always talking about how cold he feels. And I don't need that in my life. Yeah, Edward. And Jacob, how Bella was always like clinging to Jacob for warmth. I need that.
That was a great time for tall, skinny, pasty, cold dudes.
Sure.
We were out slaying in these streets.
The Uli Pack is what they were called? The Uli Pack.
Cool.
Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, listen.
Fact check. Thanks, producer.
How about that Voltaire, though?
Ew.
They were like a scary bunch. Malintent, I feel like.
Yeah. Can't trust those Voltaire.
Don't. Guess what's going to happen if you do?
Death.
Okay.
Possibly
life
forever.
Conversion. So let's roll those dice.
No.
So what else do you simply have to address here today?
How are we doing on time?
We're so good.
So good. I thought by bringing up our hometown that we would go off on a tangent there because both of us adore our hometown. Mm-hmm. We really do. Yeah. Both of us had a high school experience that is, and those people, those individuals who were with us in that place at that time can attest.
Yeah.
It was magical.
Magical.
Mm-hmm. You know why? Because it was like the Wild West.
It really was. That's true. I will agree with you on that. I'm not sure that I would say that magical is the word I would use to describe high school. Well,
and I want to be sensitive here because I know for a lot of people, high school is not a delightful time.
Welcome back to the world's most sensitive podcast.
It's important to acknowledge the stories of other people.
Let's make it a point.
But you loved high school.
I did. It was magical.
We had a great time. Like the stuff that happened at Stillwater High School, late 90s, early 2000s.
Mm-hmm. Go Pioneers, take state.
Yeah, go Neers.
Go Neers. You remember Peter Pioneer, the mascot?
Terrifying.
It was the most great value, cut rate, bargain bin mascot head. And it looked like it smelled
so bad.
Real bad in there.
So bad. Jeff's friend Stoney,
Stoney.
and then my friend Michael.
Stoney LaRue.
Stoney LaRue, recording artist.
Our producer is jaw on the floor.
Smacked.
Gobsmacked.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, Stoney LaRue.
Yeah.
Was it Stoney Phillips at the time? Am I dropping the dime?
Stoney
Okay,
Phillips.
Stoney Phillips was Peter Pioneer.
Sure was. I rode with him on the bus to and from games.
Man,
Right?
wild.
I know. That Peter Pioneer head, though,
Do we think
mache.
Do we think that
home ec class circa 73, perhaps?
Yeah, it was really, really like bad.
So bad. But that's what made it great. Also.
Yeah, just dilapidated Pioneer face.
Yeah. And then
Coming
my
at
friend
ya.
Michael was also Peter Pioneer. I was always friends with the mascot. That was fun.
This is magical.
It was magical. But that's
My
what made
high school experience was magical. I was besties with not one, but two mascots.
Listen, but that's what made Stillwater High School great at that time. So when I was back in our hometown, I did drive by the high school because I can't not. But
Sure.
you know what was missing? The jock lot.
Oh,
Because you know why?
Because it's lame.
Well, it absolutely is. But nostalgia. They built a new gym,
They did, and a new performing arts.
performing arts center. You know what the performing arts center was turned into while I was at school there?
What?
A weight room.
Well,
And that tells you the priorities.
have we discussed how strong I am?
Last episode.
I can lift 100 pounds right over my head.
That's what you
Because here's
said.
the thing: if you're not getting yoked,
Then what's?
then your whole life's a joke.
I was waiting for a rhyme.
That's what they say.
He's a songwriter, guys.
Well, I mean, I'm a strong rider.
Oh.
I don't know. I was just trying to bring. You're the worst. But seriously, how much you bench?
Me?
What do you think you bench?
The bar?
Is that it? 45 pounds?
45 pounds.
Can
We discussed this today.
That you were discussing your bench PRs.
Because my teenage son is doing a conditioning camp and he came home.
How's he doing with that?
Great.
Is he gonna be
Jacked?
Jacked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
For
'cause-
8th grade. So look out, ladies.
I mean, here's the thing.
Okay.
He's got your genes,
Right.
so we're really counting.
Probably Raynaud's.
We're really
in the making.
We're really counting on Jeff's genes,
Right.
so he won't have like a bird body, hollow boned bird body child.
I'm very strong.
Quit taking my lines.
I'm strong emotionally.
Are you?
Uh-huh.
You might cry more than any person I've ever met.
That doesn't mean I'm not strong.
You're a spiritual, emotional
Yeah.
warrior woman.
Yeah, yeah.
You are Xena, emotional princess.
That's right.
You remember Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman?
Yes.
That's it.
I feel like reruns of that would come on maybe after, like, no, it wasn't Saturday Night Live. It was, because that was Star Trek.
Mad TV.
Maybe.
Mad TV is the Peter Pioneer head of late night sketch
Networks.
comedy. It was the thing where it's like you feel like you try out for SNL and they're like you're almost good enough but not quite good enough.
Right.
And it's almost like the backdoor exits to the audition room for Mad TV. But some
I just hit
winners
the mic with my hat. Sorry.
some winners have come out of there though, right? Like Will Sasso, Keegan Michael Key, I
Oh.
think. Jim Carrey was on. Nope, that was in Living Color.
In Living Color. Do you remember J-Lo as a
I
fly
think
girl?
Jordan Peele might have been too. I do remember J-Lo as a fly girl.
That's how she started.
There's a Hulu documentary
most
about her out now.
hydrated woman in America, J-Lo.
Would you say? Who's...
Yeah. She is...
Let's play a game.
She is unbelievable.
Can we
and
play
it's
a game?
hydration.
Can we play a game every week from now on with celebrities called Who's More Hydrated?
Okay. Go.
Jennifer Lopez,
I know who's winning, but continue.
Paul Rudd.
Oh.
Yeah. You like that? Curveball.
I thought you were going to stick with females. Still going to go with J-Lo. There is not a wrinkle. But also it looks natural. She looks incredible.
Do you know
it's
what?
not right.
First off, I don't disagree, but I do take great offense to the fact that you're saying that she looks incredible, but you're not acknowledging how incredible Paul Rudd looks.
Paul looks amazing.
And you know what's wild? Paul Rudd smoked cigarettes for years. He doesn't
How did
anymore.
he reverse it?
I don't know.
Do you think he and Tom Cruise have a friendship and they're both
They
doing
don't strike
some...
me as types that would hang out.
No, they don't, but maybe they have like a secret society.
It's called the Illuminati.
They're in the Illuminati, and it's a...
Their face is Illuminati.
they've discovered the fountain of youth.
Tom Cruise, listen, I gotta tell you, in a head-to-head
Okay.
action movie shootout.
Showdown.
Yep.
Shoot down.
I saw the new Jurassic World.
It was great.
It wasn't as good as Top Gun, though.
Oh.
Said it. I was more excited about it than Top Gun, but I gotta tell you, they kind of settled into this weird, like, post-apocalyptic, not...
That part was weird to me.
Dinosaur.
How it opened with the hokey news story. I felt like for a big budget film, we could have done so much better there.
Now you're coming off the whole I liked that movie thing.
I did like it, but I am agreeing with you. Why are you giving me such pushback? I'm agreeing with you on this. The dinosaurs are part of our reality now, and I don't know, that news story was bizarre. But once we got into it, I enjoyed the bringing back of I don't want spoilers.
Yeah. Just if you don't like spoilers, you can use that little scroll forward thing right now.
Right.
Bruce Willis was a ghost the whole time.
The ghost of a raptor.
Okay, see now we're cooking with gas.
Right.
Whereas before, meh. To me, the two best in the Jurassic
Yeah, great.
Movies.
Because I want to see if they're the same as mine.
1
Yep.
and 4, Jurassic World.
That's what I said.
You are so loud in that microphone.
You need to lean forward.
You need to lean back.
Okay, ready, set.
Hi, everybody.
I'm back here now.
But no,
is that
yes,
better?
to me-
Is this better?
No, lean forward.
Okay.
Just control your emotions, please.
Control your emotions.
I have no emotions.
I know you ate at a salad bar.
God, it was so sad. So the 1 and 4
Go
to me.
cry into your romaine.
Yeah. You know what I did though? I did a mixture of romaine, spinach, and mixed greens.
Yeah. You gotta. Romaine is like the worst lettuce is iceberg. It is the green bell pepper of the lettuce world. It is the red delicious.
It is the Jim Belushi of salad bars.
Okay. Okay, back to Jurassic. Jurassic.
Our producer is offended because he likes Jim Belushi, maybe? According to Jim. It's true. He, an instant classic.
That one didn't do it for me. I know, right? Raspberries.
So, yes, 1 and 4 to me are the best because the whole premise of them, it's like you come in, it's the park, we're all enjoying the park, and then the breakdown, and then you're contained within the park. I like that. I don't like free roaming dinosaur.
No.
Like, it's why I like Deep Blue Sea so much.
Deep blue sea, man.
I like it. They get
It's
into the
great.
underwater thing, and
Yeah.
that movie has, without question, one of the worst movie theme songs of all time. Do you remember it? By LL Cool J? And he just keeps repeating, deepest, bluest, my head is like a shark's fin. It's either head or a hat, but he just keeps saying it over and over. Like, that's the big refrain.
I don't
It's
remember
really,
that.
really bad.
That is a great movie, though. I'm with you on that.
Samuel L. Jackson, when he gives that really big, like,
Hey,
inspiring
and there's our thread,
speech.
our connective thread.
Samuel L. Jackson?
Samuel L. Jurassic Park. Hold on to
Hold
your
on
butts.
to your butts.
I say that
Lipping a cigarette
a
with
lot.
the long ash on it.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd style.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
here's a question. Can you off the top of your head?
I don't like this already. I like to be
Yeah,
prepared.
I don't like doing things off the
obviously.
top of my head. Do you remember what the song that plays during the credits of Free Willy is?
Absolutely not.
Okay, because Ted asked me yesterday, and I was so confident in my guess, and I guessed "You Are Not Alone" by Michael Jackson.
It's a good guess.
Do you remember that video with him shirtless, all like skeletal, with Lisa Marie Presley? It was like their big coming out as a couple. Gross.
That I have so excuse me. I have so many questions about that whole situation.
I mean, I don't think we'll ever get them answered. Just deep sighs from the whole room when we just realize that we're not going to get the answers to the Lisa Marie Presley, Michael Jackson romance.
She's not going to talk about it.
I guess you were not alone.
Okay.
And I don't know why I thought it was, but I was stone cold confident. You know when you send a response to something, you're like, just shoved it right in y'all's faces.
Yeah.
And Ted said, sweetly, as he is wont to do, he said, no, but very close. And it's the song, I don't remember the name, but it's the song that starts with, hold me like the river Jordan.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. And that's the song. And I was so mad that I didn't get it right, but I thought I was right when I sent it.
I can see how you could end up with MJ on that one. That is
At least
similar.
I was halfway there. I'll say that I got the artist, and so I'm pleased with that at least.
Oh, that's a win. It's a big win.
It is called Will You Be There?
Right?
Producer credit.
First place.
So what else is
So I do think we need to circle back to follow up because you teased it. Injury of the week.
I do tease. I'm silly. We're silly. You guys are silly.
We're silly. Goodness.
Get it together.
The throat clearing.
Figure it out.
Apologies.
Figure it out.
Okay.
Figure it out.
Anyway, I do think we need to follow back up with your story about the baseball bat because if you're joining us for the first time, you'll know that one of our segments will be Brandon's injury of the week. And it could be something recent.
I hope not.
Right. That came out wrong. But throughout Brandon's life, he has had the most interesting.
Yeah.
Some might say horrific. That's dramatic.
Some have been.
Yeah.
Today's a twofer, by the way. You're getting 2 for 1 today because they happened.
Sure. Okay, and go.
So
1980.
Goodness, 7, 8, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I slept on a bunk bed. I had a bunk bed.
Wait a second.
You stop it.
I feel like you're rolling 2 into 1.
I literally said you're getting a 2 for 1.
But I thought, according to the agenda,
I received the baseball bat as a feel better gift. Yeah.
Well, then this is a 3-fer, because did you look at the agenda?
You know I didn't.
I know you didn't. Okay, continue, and then I'll put in. Okay, go. 1980.
I think we might have our stories swapped here because if one is true, then the other might not be. Either way, I got hurt. I have lived my entire life under the assumption that this is how it happened. Now, on the agenda, it does say drank gasoline in same week in the pediatrician's garage. So that's a thing that happened.
Our listeners should know that we lived next door to our pediatrician.
Dr. Merle.
Yes, and he has since passed away. What a wonderful man. What a wonderful pediatrician.
Yeah.
Continue.
So, I slept in a bunk bed,
Yeah.
fell out of it in the middle of the night, and hit the back of my head on my Thundercat sword, the sword that Lionel uses. And it split my head open.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Go on.
God, I cannot wait to see you yucking it up when I tell you how much blood I lost. This is great.
I was there. Yeah, I saw it with my own eyes.
Remember that one time when you were sleeping on the bottom bunk and I was sleeping on the top bunk? And we used to play that game when I would hold my hand down and you would try to slap it. And I thought it would be really funny to put just an absolute gob of snot in my hand and you swatted it with your hand in the dark.
I do remember that.
Listen, classics are classics for a reason. You got to play the hits.
Oh, God.
So, Thundercat sword. I fell back asleep because I'm a very heavy sleeper.
Yeah.
And the floor was holding all the blood in my head. And our father...
The carpet.
Mm-hmm.
The carpet.
And our father came up and saw me on the ground and was like, what's this little idiot doing on the ground to sleep? Picked me up, and all of the built-up pressure from the blood just an absolute murder scene. Just a Jackson Pollock
Yes.
exhibition. So they take me to the hospital.
No, not before waking me up.
Sorry,
I was
forgot this
wearing
was about
a flannel nightgown. This is burned into my brain. Flannel nightgown and my Punky Brewster snow boots.
Nice.
And that's what I wore to the ER.
That was like a little funky for you because you were a little bit of a Laura Ingalls Wilder type when you were a kid with some of your stuff, right? Like you were like a little marmy.
What? I don't know how to respond to that.
You dressed like a tall American Girl doll.
American Girl dolls, I probably would have, but they kind of came around when I was getting a little too old for dolls. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I'm not saying I wouldn't have done that. Our grandmother...
You look like a tintype photo come to life.
I was very fashionable. Do you know why you're saying that? Because Crindy, our social media manager, sent a slew of photos, and in there was a photo of me that had been water damaged, and it looks very tintypey, and I feel like that's in the forefront. If you truly go back, you will see how fashionable I was
I feel
in the 80s.
I feel like
And I don't want to hear any
the
more
lady
of this.
doth protest too much.
Okay.
So
Turning that back on me.
Blood
Nice.
everywhere.
Yeah, I was there.
They take me to the hospital, but not before waking you up because you remember that.
That's right.
They take me to the hospital, get me sewn up. I'm a trooper because I'm very strong
And brave.
and brave.
Yeah.
And so I go home. Our parents, very sweetly,
We've got great parents. We do.
we really do. This freaking roller coaster. So they bought me a poster.
How many stitches did you get? First of all, it was in the
It had to be in the 20s.
It was in the
Yeah,
20s.
it was a lot.
I
And so-
remember seeing it.
And so they bought me a monster doll, it wasn't a doll, it was super cool, it was not a doll. It's like a big stuffed monster thing, and it came with a poster. I thought it would be really cool to hang the poster on the wall. Poster goes on the wall, and they also got me that little plastic bat. Right. And I was leaning on the bat, admiring the poster, and I fell.
Yeah.
And as you do when you're falling towards a bat, literally just said, ah. And the whole thing went down my throat.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to do because I had a bat in my throat. And so I ran to try to find her mother. Luckily, she was coming up the stairs. Now, this is all my recollection. Now, this is a traumatized child recollection, so this could have happened completely differently. I mean, this is how I remember it.
I wasn't around for this one.
She saw me. I can't breathe past the baseball bat that's in my mouth. And she just yanked that thing smooth out of my mouth.
That's what I would do.
I'm certain that some grody-ness came along with it.
Sure.
Took me back to the hospital. Of course, she's so stoked to be going back to the hospital. Like, we've got a punch card at this point. And the doctor said
they might be getting in touch with
her,
DHS.
this is the 80s in Oklahoma.
Sure.
Rather than being concerned, the doctor looked Mom dead in the eyes and said, how hard did you have to hit it to get it to go down that far? And she was horrified. Still is.
As she should have been.
Still is.
Still is to this day.
But, Internet, I just want to go on record. I do realize that the statute of limitations has passed, but Crindy did not shove a baseball bat down my throat.
She wanted to.
Well, sure.
Multiple times.
Still does, I'm sure.
My gosh. But then I do feel like there was granted, these two events in and of themselves, standalone, would have been enough to cause concern in the ER.
Yeah,
but
sure.
back to back, certainly,
Yeah.
Awareness has been heightened.
Right.
And then I just really believe strongly, and we'll need to fact check this with Crindy, that you, around this time, drank gasoline in the pediatrician's garage.
So, to be fair,
Okay.
if you don't want me to drink your gasoline,
Lock it up.
don't leave it in your garage. You're a doctor.
Who keeps gasoline in a garage?
It's not with feral children about? Diaper babies just wandering free range?
No, this is how I picture you. Just in Spider-Man undies and a cape.
Yeah, that's still my deal.
What you're wearing today.
You know who I saw this past week?
Who?
I saw Ryan Lindsay.
Oh.
And I saw Jake Niles. And I wanted
See, this is what I'm talking about.
yeah,
we
well,
have great,
yeah.
interesting friends.
Can I tell you, we went to go see Ryan Lindsay's band play at the Tower Theater. It was great. Broncho. He's wonderful. He just had a kid. He's going to be the best dad. Jake has 2 kids. He's a teacher. Jake sat down at dinner.
Okay.
And
Jason's Deli?
The drink.
Okay. Better.
Yeah. Well, it would be sad to eat oysters on the half shell by myself.
I don't know.
Well, Jake,
those circular booths.
Jake sits
Cozy.
down.
Okay.
And they hand him a menu. And he shakes his head as if they've done something ludicrous and hands it back to them and says, I gave up menus. And they said, what? And he said, no, I gave up menus. You just, whatever. And they left. And they curated his entire meal because he refused to use a menu. And at the end of it, his meal looked better than mine did. I think he might be onto something.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah. He gave up menus. I'm just saying.
I actually love that.
Do you miss agenda? A menu is literally a food agenda. That's what it is.
I'm going to say, I'm going to need you listeners to give some feedback after episode 2.
Use that pop filter.
I am.
Golly. And the headphone jack has fallen out again. I have to say, for all her posturing about how she keeps us on track, I'm pretty sure she is a disaster human. She's over here just like a whirling dervish, ripping out headphone jacks and pop filtered knockdowns and just screeching into the mic. Oh, we have fun. Hey, we're at 42 minutes, so we've got some stuff we probably should touch on your agenda here. Okay. Should I make a motion? Does someone have to second it? Parliamentary procedure.
I'm going to need feedback from the community. I'm going to need you to let us know that you have appreciated
our dozens of listeners.
Yeah, your feedback matters. And I'm going to need you to affirm the agenda here today. I'm going to need you to let me know that it was good, that it didn't take 12 minutes and 48 seconds to just get into a flow this time.
I feel like we were flowing right out of the gate.
Okay, so next on the agenda, we've kind of touched on this a little bit with Jurassic World.
We have.
What are you watching / reading this week?
Well, I can't read.
No.
No, we guys, illiteracy is real. We don't want you to think that we don't think it is. And Cindy's doing better, and she can.
And we have great parents.
And she can read, and we love our hometown, you guys. So
you are the worst person.
Listen.
But I love you.
Oh.
You got a warm heart.
Thank you. So, I'm comfortable with emotion. So,
he really is.
So, watching just finished Ozark.
Yeah.
Won't tell you what happened.
Please don't, because we just finished season 2.
Won't tell you what happened. We're watching a lot of that. I told you I've been watching a lot of Brunch at Bobby's. There's only so many ways you can poach an egg, but I keep watching it.
Yeah. Coming back for more.
I mean, he knows what the people need. His community gives him feedback, and it's more poached eggs, Bobby.
Ours says more agendas. Just wait.
So Ozark has been the primary focus. Started the most recent season of Stranger Things.
Okay. How are you feeling? Yeah. I haven't started it yet.
I used to like how it was like The Goonies.
Yeah.
And now it's more like The Exorcist.
Oh.
And I don't do that.
No. I don't think I'll like that.
What are you listening to and watching?
So we also are watching Ozark. We just finished season 2, and I'm a bit limited, and I'm trying not to be bitter about it, but I can't forge ahead without Jeff, and he's gone.
None of us can forge ahead without Jeff.
Oh, we can't.
Mm-hmm.
I love you, Jeff.
He's the straw that stirs this drink. Yeah.
He's so good.
You should crochet that onto something.
He's the best of us.
He's the best of us.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something about Jeff?
Sure.
He's the best of us.
Yeah. We love you, Jeff.
He's not going to listen to this.
Probably not. He's too cultured. If you listen to episode 1, so we're watching Ozark, and so what we do is we love Ozark. We love Jason Bateman, but we usually watch it at night. And so what we do is we finish Ozark, which is very heavy and dark, with a palate cleanser of light, happy Bateman in Arrested Development.
Which I love that idea.
Yeah.
But it also seems really hard to just pull the ripcord on Marty Bird and jump into Michael Bluth. Seems
It
tough.
works for me.
Well, listen, get some Parmesan churst.
That's right.
And watch your Bateman.
That's right.
Listen, I love it.
I will.
Um,
I feel like you're rushing me, but are you reading anything?
I just finished a book called Steal Like an Artist.
Oh.
It is about how all artists essentially steal from each other, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's very it elevates all art forms, and there's no new ideas, and how everything kind of rolls up into the greater idea. It was really interesting. It was fun. It was super short, super easy to read. So that was my most recent thing I read.
I like that. I'm reading a book called Jesus and John Wayne.
Checks out.
And
That tracks for you.
yeah, it's very thought-provoking. Very, very thought-provoking. The subtitle is How White Evangelicals Corrupted a Faith and Fractured a Nation. So light, impartial, but also incredibly thought-provoking. Just started it. I'll report back. Okay, so quickly, as we close, what is your warm heart? What warmed your heart this week?
I would say seeing my childhood friends. Hadn't seen them for a while, and just getting to catch up with them and spend time kind of joking and having a good time. It was fun.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Soul-filling.
Soul-filling. Chicken soup.
For
The soul.
That's right.
What warmed your heart this week, Ashley?
So okay. Once again, your tone implies
I am just asking you a question.
So this may sound weird, but so we have a daughter, and I've been teaching myself how to French braid.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you don't care.
No,
but
I just know
some
how to
people
French
will
braid.
get this. And so today I was French braiding her hair, and I just had this super clear flashback of how Mom used to braid my hair, like Laura Ingalls Wilder, on the prairie.
And that ties it up. Listen, I am going to have to really step up my warm heart moments, because you're saying these really
Yours was super warm.
Okay, here's what just happened.
Okay.
You just said, I had this flashback of my mother braiding my hair and just loving me. And I was like, I saw my friends. We had fun talking.
That's not. Friends are family. Our friends
Hey,
are
thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thanks, friends. You're our family. And this has been Cold Hands, Warm Heart, and Hearts. And I can't wait for you guys to hear next week's agenda.